Welcome back, everybody. We got my top 20 for Secrets of Strixhaven coming out. And these are not in any order for like what I think is better than or whatever from each other or anything. It's just what I like more out of the set coming out. The things that I'm excited about that they're doing, either mechanically or a specific card, etc. All right, we're going to start with number 20, Cuboid Colony. Green and blue for a 1/1 flash flying trample with increment, which is like evolve from Simic before, but this cares about the mana value of the spell spent that you are casting in relation to the creature's toughness or power, which is awesome. Still 100% sure this is a Minecraft reference, and I love that. Fractal Anomaly is number 19. The 1 blue instant that makes a 0/0 green blue fractal creature token. Puts X +1/+1 counters on it, where X is the number of cards you've drawn this turn. I love math, fractals in general. I love that this just is a fractal creature, but it's so powerful because it's a turn 1 5/5 creature. That's bonkers. That's crazy. I love it. Black, the Loathing Pest, colorless, black-green for a 3/4 legendary creature pest. Whenever you gain life, put a +1/+1 counter on each pest, bat, insect, snake, and spider you control. And I want to build this deck, this commander, so bad. I adore him. He's so cute, and I think he'd be a lot of fun. I love the pest theme, and I was excited that they printed a Pest Matters, and I was looking forward to more of that coming out of Witherbloom this set, and there it is. Micah, Reader of the Ruins, 3 colorless and red. Oh, and this is number 17. Ward, pay 3 life for a 4/4 human artificer. And whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, you may sack an artifact. If you do, copy that spell. You may choose new targets for the copy. This also seems like a really, really fun mono-red commander deck. And I'm really looking forward to putting a budget version of this together to rip through some tables. At number 16, we got Grave Researcher, 2 colorless and a black for a 3/3 Troll Warlock. At the beginning of your upkeep, surveil 1. Then if there are 3 or more creature cards in your graveyard, this creature becomes prepared. It has Reanimate staple to it. I love me a Reanimator theme. I like playing around the graveyard, tossing shit in the bin and bringing it back later. So much fun. I love that it's stapled to a body, because this is a thing you can reanimate again in a reanimator pile to then get more reanimation. Very good. Love that synergy. Just an excellent card that I'm excited to play with. Number 15 is color shifted Ral Zarek, guest lecturer at colorless black for a 3 loyalty planeswalker. +1 to surveil 2. -1 to any number of target players, each discard a card. -2, return target creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. And then -7, perhaps my favorite ability on a Planeswalker, arguably ever. Flip 5 coins, target opponent skips their next X turns, where X is the number of coins that came up to heads. I love it. I don't know the lore. I have to look into this for this set, because I don't know why Ral is color shifted from Izzet, or if this is the Ral from Reality Fracture. I'm not sure, but I am here for him as a Silver Quill Planeswalker. It's awesome. Number 14 is the Arc of Hunger. 2 colorless and a red and a white for an artifact. Whenever 1 or more cards leave your graveyard, this artifact deals 1 damage to each opponent and you gain a life. Tap it to mill a card. You may play that card this turn. I love the shift and the exploration of other themes within Boros and how they're doing other stuff to make the other colors more interesting. I'm so here for it. Not only is this artifact on its own very interesting and cool, but it represents a bigger shift in Boros that I also very much deeply appreciate. Number 13, Cauldron of Essence. Colorless and black and green for an artifact. Whenever a creature you control dies, each opponent loses a life and you gain a life. And then you have colorless, black and green to tap, sack a creature. Return target creature from your graveyard to the battlefield. Activate only as a sorcery. Not only does this thing have the Aristocrats effect, it has a sack engine built on top of it, which I don't think happens with most or any other Aristocrat engine. And not only is it a sack outlet, but it's a recursion outlet to sack more, which is crazy. It's so good. I love this thing, and I can't wait to see what it does in Standard and other constructed formats. But I think it's going to do crazy stuff in Commander as well, under Golgari. Number 12 is the Great Hall of the Biblioplex. I'm a sucker for a library. Sign up for your local library, because getting their card, even if you don't use it, you should use it, but even if you don't use it, it's just signing up for your local library's library card helps boost their numbers, which helps their funding, helps them get stuff. And they have so much stuff at your library that you would not imagine they had. Like when I went and got my library card a few years ago, or last year, I think, I don't remember, time is nonsense. But when I went in to get it, they had routers that you could rent, like not routers, modems to have internet. Like, it's crazy. It's so cool. Granted, there's such a weight on those, but still, it's so cool. Please get a library card. Anyway, Great Hall of the Biblioplex. It's a land, taps for colorless. You can tap it and pay a life to add a mana of any color. You can only spend that mana on instants and sorceries. And then you can pay 5 mana to turn this land into a creature. It becomes a 2/4 wizard with whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, this creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn. It's still a land. So it's very much like, I don't remember the name of the land. I'll throw it up here. It's the one that becomes a creature in Standard right now. It's just a control finisher, but it's very cool. I love it. Number 11 is Page Looseleaf. 2 colorless for a 0/2 legendary artifact creature construct that taps for colorless. It has a Grandeur ability, which is a very rare ability for creatures to have. Discard another card named Page Looseleaf. Reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal an instant or sorcery card. Put that card into your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. I love it. I wish this could even remotely work as a commander, but I don't think you can change the names of cards in your hand. So, unsure. But I love them. Number 10, Resonating Loot. 2 colorless for blue and a red artifact. Lands you control have tap. Add 2 mana of any one color. Spend this mana only to cast instants and sorceries. What a crazy line of text. Just double all your mana only for spells. That's safe. That's fine. You can also tap this to draw a card, but you can only activate that if you have 7 or more cards in your hand. Number 9 is Maelstrom Artisan, colorless and double red for a 3/2 Minotaur Sorcerer. It has haste and enters prepared. And the real reason it's on this list is it has Rocket Volley attached to it, which is colorless and red for a sorcery. Destroy target non-basic land. Mainstream efficient land destruction in Standard. You love to see it. It's a decent body that hastes in for 3 power on curve with its cost. It's so good. And there's other land destruction stuff that they've printed in Standard recently. I love that they are getting players used to this idea again of resource denial and making it, putting into the forefront of the design philosophy again. And I love it. Number 8, the Pox Plague. I love the new Pox. I'm all in for it. It is 5 black pips for a sorcery. Each player loses half their life, then discards half their cards in their hand, then sacrifices half the permanents they own or they control of their choice, round down each time. It's so good. I love this thing. There are so many decks it could go in. I think it could also do work in Standard. Not to be, to connect this back to the last pick, but this is also land denial. And I love that. Number 7 is Mana Sculpt. I am a dirty blue player. I love control magic. I love having the counterplay to things to be able to stop plays or push my play through. But this is crazy. Mana Sculpt is colorless and double blue for an instant. Counter target spell, so it's a cancel. Alright. If you control a wizard, add an amount of colorless mana equal to the amount of mana spent to cast that spell at the beginning of your next main phase. So it's cancel, but if you're a wizard, it's cancel with mana drain staple to it. And there are so many good wizards in Standard. There's more coming in Secrets of Strixhaven. I think this is going to be a really cool control spell. It's also important to remember that the Biblioplex can become a wizard. So even if you wanted to do a completely creatureless control deck in Standard, you have the land base that you can make can account for what you need to trigger this spell to make it as good as it can be, and that's really sick. I love it. Number 6. So this is, I'm cheating on some of these because, well, I don't have any honorable mentions. 3 of my picks for slots in my list are cycles, and then I go through each card in the cycle. So I'm cheating a smidgen, but I think we'll be all right. So my pick for number 6 is the Elder Dragon cycle. I really do like them all. I know they're all super pushed and crazy, but I can't help but love it. But I've got them ordered in the list of how excited I am for each. So first we're going to talk about Quandrix the Proof, and this is no shade. I love them all very much. But Quandrix the Proof is 4 colorless and a green-blue for a 6/6 flying trample. He has Cascade. Instants and sorceries you cast from your hand have Cascade. It's clearly very strong. It's very powerful. You can do some crazy stuff with it. However, that being said, it does just seem to scream more Simic good stuff. It doesn't really push you to, I think, do anything spectacular in the deck. Like, you can, obviously, but it's I don't know. I don't think it's as exciting as the other 4. Next then we have Prismari the Inspiration. 5 colorless, blue and a red for a 7/7 flying ward, pay 5 life Elder Dragon, and instants and sorcery spells you cast have Storm. I know this is dumb. I know in the sense that, like, it just shouldn't exist. I get it. However, hear me out. I want to do stuff with it. I just think he's so good. It's so crazy. I don't even know what I would do. I would like to see what blue, red, or is it combo like gold spells I could look to find to be like, what if I had 1,000 of these? I don't know. I do love it, even though it is bonkers and kind of pushed card design. Kind of, it's hardcore pushed card design. But I want to build it so bad, just to see what kind of dumb off. I want to see how good this line of text makes shitty spells. That's what I want to do. Next is Witherbloom, the Balancer. 6 colorless, black and green for a 5/5 flying death touch that has affinity for creatures. You know, that thing green's known for. Instants and sorceries you cast have affinity for creatures. I'm so in. Golgari, like Spellslinger, I want to build it. I'm very interested in the kind of stuff you could do for a Golgari Spellslinger deck, and it sounds so very cool. Which is how we're going to get to the other decks as well. Lorehold, the Historian, 3 colorless, red and white for a 5/5 flying and haste. Each instant and sorcery card in your hand has Miracle 2. At the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, you may discard a card. If you do, draw a card. It's not quite like Spellslinger in the fact that we're dropping a bunch of spells all the time because we only get the Miracle once. Inherent in how Miracle works. Uh, but I love this guy in that it focuses again Boros on spells, and I'm so excited to build a deck. Or I'm so excited to find out what dumb high cost cards I can put into this 99 to fire off for 2 mana and be like, yeah, what's up? I don't know. I'm just interested. I want to know. I'm very interested to see what you can do with it. And then my absolute favorite of the Elder Dragon cycle this time around is Silversquill the Disputant. 2 colorless and a white and a black for a 4/4 flying vigilance. Each instant sorcery spell has you cast as casualty 1. And I think this is so much more powerful than people give it credit for. I think people are overlooking this because of Prismari having Storm stapled to it, Witherbloom having the affinity for creatures stapled to it. It was all very powerful, interesting effects. But I think this is sneakily very cool, and also one of the commanders is very varied in how you can build it. And I'm very excited to mess around and figure out how I'm going to build Silverquill. All right. Number 5 on my list, is the Emeritus cycle. I do love them all very much. I love the prepared mechanic as well as a whole. That is also part of this, wrapped into this ranking here for number 5 is also that mechanic. Huge fan. And as I did with the dragons, we'll go through the Emeriti and Emerituses. I don't remember. I think it is Emeriti, though. We'll start with the Emeritus of Abundance. 2 colorless and a green for a 3/4 elf druid with vigilance. This creature enters prepared. This creature attacks. Whenever this creature attacks, if you control 8 or more lands, this creature becomes prepared. And it's regrowth, colorless and a green, sorcery, return target card from your graveyard to your hand. Very good spell. Will it do much in standard? I don't know. I'm also not sure this is better than like Reanimator loops or whatever with Eternal Witness, but I do like it. I'm interested to see what happens. We got the Emeritus of Woe, 3 colorless and a black. For a 5/4 vampire warlock, this creature enters prepared. At the beginning of your end step, if 2 or more creatures died this turn, this creature becomes prepared, and it has Demonic Tutor stapled to it. Arguably the most powerful tutor ever printed. It's so good. This still very much kind of reads to me as Runescar Demon with extra steps. So I don't know if it's going to do much in constructed formats, but it's going to be very cool to have for commander decks. The Emeritus of Conflict. Arguably, probably, along with the White Emeritus, the most standard playable one. Colorless and red for a 2/2 human wizard first strike. Whenever you cast your 3rd spell each turn, this creature becomes prepared. Important note, he counts as a spell. Obviously, it doesn't matter if it's your turn to play, but he will count as 1 spell, so 2 more will prepare him. And he has Lightning Bolt stapled to him. 1 red instant, 3 damage to any target. I have been saying for years, put Lightning Bolt back in standard, you cowards. This isn't quite what I meant, but I would love for this to do something, because I think this is probably, of all the Emeriti, I think this one has the highest chance to do something in standard. The Emeritus of Truce. Colorless and double white for a 3/3. When this creature enters, target player creates a 1/1 white and black Inkling creature token with flying. Then if opponent controls more creatures than you, this creature becomes tapped, or this creature becomes prepared. That'd be a terrible mechanic. And it has Swords to Plowshare stapled to it. White instant, exile target creature. Its controller gains life equal to its power. incredible removal spell where there's so much efficient removal in this standard. I think there has the means between this, the Hex spell that's in standard. There's the white spell that is in this set that's like a 1 mana instant. It might be a sorcery, but it's like destroy a creature. It's a removal spell. This thing, the Silver Quill Charm, I think there's going to be a very removal heavy Orzhov deck hitting standard with this set. I also think this creature needs vigilance. I'm going to throw that out there as well. And my favorite, I know it's boring, but I just think it's an incredible control finisher. I don't know if it's actually going to do much in standard. I think people are going to try to make it work. I think it's a trap. I think this is more for Commander. But it's 3 colorless, double blue for a 5/5 flying. Ward 2 enters prepared, and whenever it attacks, you may exile 8 cards from your graveyard. So basically like a... Is it a dig through time? Is that what that does? This creature becomes prepared, and then has power 9 staple to it, ancestral recall, blue instant, target player draws 3 cards. Crazy. I know it's really good. I don't look at it like everyone's glued to the ancestral recall part. It's like, this is just a really good control finisher. That's what this is. And it's, when you look at it that way, it's like it's a really cool card. Probably one of the best control finishers ever made because it just draws you 3 cards to help restock you as a finisher. That's crazy. But it's a control finisher. It's nice. So the next cycle is the Paradigm cycle. And we're going to start with Germination Practicum. 3 colorless and double green for put 2 +1/+1 counters on each creature you control. Paradigm. It's very good. Not that this is bad. This is a repeatable compounding anthem, and that's game ending. I just think it's as interesting as the others. Restoration Seminar. 5 colorless and double white. Return target non-land permanent card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Paradigm, very good, excellent recursion piece, so your threats don't go away. Big fan, I love it. I love Echo Casting Symposium, huge fan of cloning stuff. 4 colorless, double blue, target player creates a token that's a copy of target creature control. Paradigm, I am here for it. I love making clones of stuff. Improvisation Capstone, 5 colorless and double red. Exile cards from the top of your library until you exile cards with total mana value 4 or greater. You may cast any number of spells from among them without paying their mana costs. I love the splashiness of the spell. It fits very much with Prismari and how that whole college works. Big fan. I love it. I really want to put this in that mono red commander from earlier in the list. I love it. My number 1 Paradigm spell is Decorum Dissertation. 3 colorless and double black for target player draws 2 cards and loses 2 life. PK put out a short that is like talks about how great this spell is, and I believe he is 100% correct. This is so good. It's, as he said, it's discounted. Double Phyrexian Arena. It can be a finisher in a deck because it is target player. So it's, you can even point it at somebody if it's too harsh for you to keep taking the damage, or perhaps you've drawn too many cards. Happens to the best of us. But Decorum Dissertation, I think, is sneakily the best Paradigm spell in the set. Number 3, we got Petrified Hamlet. When this land enters, choose a land card name. Activated abilities of sources with the chosen name can't be activated unless they're mana abilities. Lands with the chosen name have tap, add colorless. This taps and adds for colorless. Also enters untapped, important to note. This is just probably one of the best utility lands ever printed because it shuts off problematic lands. Like, it's just, this is going to go in so many decks across all formats basically forever. It's such a good land. There's nothing to say about this land that hasn't been said by a bunch of other people. It's awesome. Yes, number 2 is the Charm Cycle. I love all of them this time around. Big fan. So let's go over my favorite charms in order. So at number 5, we got the Prismari charm. Our blue and a red for an instant. Choose one, surveil 2, then draw a card. Incredible first ability. The potential of that being a peek at 3 cards, so good. Prismari charm deals 1 damage to each of up to 1 or 2 targets. Very good. You can pop a couple creatures. And you return a non-land permanent to its owner's hand. Pretty alright. Nice diversity. Very good. The Silver Quill charm. Gorgeous wax seal lettering. I love it. I got wax seal lettering stuff of my own. It's so much fun. It's white and a black for an instant. Choose one. Put 2 +1/+1 counters on target creature. You can exile target creature with power 2 or less, or each opponent loses 3 life and you gain 3 life. It's just such a good charm. Lots of utility with it in terms of protecting yourself or aggressing the game. Great charm. Quandrix charm, green and a blue for an instant. Counter target spell unless its controller pays 2. Destroy target enchantment. Very hard to get rid of permanent type. Not necessarily for green, but like having it stapled on here too as one of the modes is good. And then target creature has base power and toughness 5/5 until end of turn. I love fucking with base power and toughness. Having that stapled to a counter spell seems very, very good to me. I love it. Witherbloom charm, black and a green for an instant. You may sacrifice a permanent. If you do, draw 2 cards. You can gain 5 life, or you can destroy target non-land permanent with a mana value 2 or less. Lots of utility. I think it would be unnecessary, but you could put this in an Abzan deck with all the other Orzhov removal and just murder every single creature that exists. Lorehole charm is my favorite. Red and white for an instant. Each opponent sacks a non-token artifact of their choice. I think that's going to be a very underrated mode on this charm. Return target artifact or creature card with mana value 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Also an incredible ability to either get back an important creature you need, or if you're a commander and someone fires off a Vandal Blast or something of that nature, you can get back like a Mana Rock if you need it to get your commander back or something. And then a great aggro finisher stapled to this charm of creatures you control get +1/+1 and gain trample. Excellent closing mode stapled to this 2 mana utility. I love it. And my number 1 pick is also, again, kind of a cop-out. It is the Archaics. In general, I love the expansion of colorless creatures from just being Eldrazi or artifact creatures. I love that we're getting other things that are colorless. Rancorous Archaic is probably my favorite of the common Archaics that were printed, like the lower tier Archaics that were printed. 5 colorless for a 2/2 trample and reach, and it is converged, so it can enter with up to 5 +1/+1 counters on it to the number of colors of mana you spend to cast it. So it could be a 5 mana 7/7 trample reach, which is very good. But the spotlight of the Archaics is obviously the Dawning Archaic. 10 colorless for a 7/7 with reach. It costs 1 less to cast for each instant and sorcery card in your graveyard. I truly want this to be a control finisher in Standard for that first line of text. It makes it borderline useless as a commander. but it could do something in Standard or constructed format. And whenever the Dawning Archaic attacks, you may cast an target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard without paying its mana cost. If it would be put in your graveyard, exile it instead. Just an excellent creature. A great control finisher that comes down at a discount as you've defended yourself and stocked up throughout the game. And once it hits, it's a 7/7 with reach that can protect you and aggress in as you need it to. And stable to its attack is a trigger to help get back sorceries and instants that you were casting to help keep clear your way to end the game. Very cool creature. I love it. And once again, huge fan of the Archaics as a creature and the avatar typing to expand what we get as colorless creatures. Huge fan of Secrets of Strixhaven. I hope you all enjoy it. It's an incredible set. Support it if you can. Be excellent to one another, and have a good one.